Hey traders, hope you guys are all doing well. So in this video guys, I'm just going to show you an EA that I've built recently. And as you know, I've been building EAs and I've been showing them on my channel over the last several videos. And this is a really potent one that I've built recently. And I've called it the SuperTrend EA Pyramid. I might change the name to the SuperTrend Pyramid EA. I just need to reword it there a bit. But it uses the super trend indicator and also pyramiding and basketing of your trades. It's also got a trend filter, and I'm going to show you exactly how it works on this actual backtest and show you the results over the past 8 months or so. I have optimized this EA and I have forward tested it, so this is the actual, this would duplicate the live market results. And we're going to start the backtest now. I'm just going to Okay, so we're going to start this back test. As you can see here, the starting balance is $500, New Zealand dollars. It doesn't matter, that could be US dollars. Okay, so what this EA actually has is it uses a 200 moving average for the actual main trend. Okay, on this EA, that's actually based on the H4 time frame. Okay, so it's using the H4 200 EMA, and then it uses the super trend for the actual signals that it takes. So it'll only take buy signals if price is above the 200 moving average, and sell signals it'll only take when price is below the 200 moving average. This is using the H1 time frame, because if you start building scalping bots, what I've noticed is, and also lower time frames, the commissions and spread starts to eat into your profits. And also you get a lot more losers as you drop down in time frame. So I'd say the minimum you want to start using, EAs on is like the 30-minute or the 1 hour, although they can work, say, on the 15-minute, but nothing lower. But I've found really good results on the 1 hour. Okay, I'm going to run this EA shortly because, the main thing is, a lot of people are battling, especially with market conditions these days with their manual trading. And it just makes a lot more sense to like build something that's actually has the potential to be really good and consistent, because consistency is really hard to achieve in the markets manually. And you'll see that the way that this EA takes trades and the way it actually works is you'll never be able to duplicate this manually. I like to build EAs and systems that cater for people with small deposits and also for people with larger deposits. Because that's the way that I like to use it, with a smallish deposit, $500 to $1,000, and grow that to like a crazy amount within, a couple of months or a little bit longer. But I'm going to show you the results of this. It takes $500 to about, I think it was 15K or so over this duration. It also uses the ADX trend filter. It uses the ATR as well, with the actual super trend and stuff like that. I'll show you the inputs of it later. But let's get into the back test. So as you can see, the price is above the 200 moving average. So the super trend indicator will only take buy signals in this case. And we'll okay, so here's the first trade that it's taken. It sets a stop loss, as you can see, at the optimized stop loss range. Then it adds positions. So this is the big thing that retail traders don't do. So they never add positions to winners. So this EA adds 3 positions max. But what it actually does is it also, for each position that it adds, it'll move the stop loss to break even for all of the positions. So essentially, all the positions that it adds, the stop loss is moving into profit. And it'll if price reverses, it'll basically take out the whole batch of trades at break even. So this trade takes a lot of massive winners, but also a lot of break evens and small wins and small losses. But it really bumps up the equity curve when it takes a massive win. Because if you actually study retail traders, how they blow accounts is they lose money in trends. They'll get caught on the wrong side of a trend and then they'll add positions while the market's trending against them, especially gold and volatile markets like that. So this basically, is taking the other side of retail traders' trades, essentially, because it's actually adding to winners in trends. doing the opposite of what retail traders do, because even if you study your last blown accounts, you've probably done the exact same thing, and I've done the exact same thing manually. I've always added to my losers and ended up blowing the account. A lot of traders will grow an account from, $500 to 1,000 and then just have a bad week or take a bad trade, and they'll get caught on the wrong side of a trend and they'll blow their account. So this is doing completely the opposite. It's actually adding adding positions to winning trades. So you'll see now, the first trade, you'll see it starts off with a 0.03, second trade is a 0.02, and the third trade is a 0.01. So it has a trailing stop loss that it uses. So as you can see, the stop loss, this red line is starting to trail. So it's got a trailing step built in. So you can see as price is going in our favor, it's trailing that stop loss beautifully. Now you can see down here already it's taken the account from 500 to 1,200, basically more than doubled the account in one single trade. As you can see, we got a SuperTrend signal to the downside. It's turned red, but why does it not take a trade? Because price is above the 200 moving average. And this is what I like to do. I like to build EAs that you can actually see what's going on in the EA, so you can actually understand the strategy and what the EA is actually doing. A lot of people will sell you an EA and you won't have any idea of what's actually happening in the EA and why it's actually taking trades. So all the EAs that are built, you can actually visually see and you can visually understand exactly what's going on as the EA is taking trades. I like to explain what it actually does, because a lot of people buy EAs and then the developer or the vendor won't actually tell you how it works or how to set it up or optimize it or anything to actually make money. You might have an existing EA that is actually profitable, but you just don't have the right settings on it. But with mine, I like to actually explain fully what's actually going on. So as you can see, it's just taken another buy trade because the SuperTrend turned green. So you'll see on this bull run on gold, it made a lot of money on the bull run during this time, October up until about April. And remember, in April, I think it was, or May, early May, the market turned bearish on gold, and it also made money. You'll see later on that bearish trend to the downside. As you can see, it trails the stop. Now, this is something you would never be able to do manually. Like, you wouldn't think about this as a retail trader trying to do this manually. See, it trails the stop. So it catches, look at the equity already, 2 trades, and it's already taken the account from 500 all the way up to bloody almost $3,000 in 2 trades. This is the potential that these kind of systems have. So we'll just play it along. But as these are the first 2 trades that it took were winners, but you'll see as I go on, as I speed it up a bit, you'll see that it does take small losses, small break evens, small winners. But once it catches that trend, that's where the equity curve, and you'll actually see over here, you'll see on the graph that it'll flatline and it'll be a step up, flatline, then it'll be a step up, flatline, then it'll be a step up, because that's basically when it catches these big winners. So let's just play the EA on a little bit. Price is still above the 200 moving average. Now you can see there, small loss, small win. Now this is a nice winner again. So this is the type of thing you can never do as a manual trader. You can never, as soon as your system takes a loss, you basically want to give up and you want to change the system. But if you have confidence in your system like this, and you know how it works and you know how it performs on back tests and on forward tests, then this will give you confidence to actually not worry about losers in the market. Okay, so there we go. We've already taken that count to $4,000 from $500. So as you can see, it baskets all those trades, closes them all at once because it has a unified stop loss on all those trades. It's constantly trailing a unified stop loss. Small winner, I think that was. Now let's just speed this on a bit. We're still in this bull run. Now it won't catch every trend. It'll catch certain trends because that's the settings of the EA. This is one that really nice one. It caught here, as you can see here, $2,000. Will it make a bit more? Who knows? Okay. Here's another one, 2 in a row. 3 in a row there. Little loser. Okay, so we're in February now. Now the market's still in a bull run, I think up until April or May. As you can see, it's taking pieces of this bull run. Not every piece of it, but a lot of the pieces. When it does take a loss, it's taking a small loss. As you can see, on bearish markets, price is now below the 200 moving average. Just took a nice winner earlier on that bearish flip. Now here it takes a nice big winner again. So let's just play it along. You can see nice massive winner over here. And you can see because the market's bearish now, we get quite a big one over here and another one. As you can see, it's ended June, the beginning of June, with a nice winner because obviously gold's in a bearish market. Now, as you can see over here, it took the account from $500 to 15K. It was over a period of 8 months. Now, if we look at the graph, as you can see, that these steps up are basically when it catches that nice trend trade. So you can see it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 or 16 really good trades within that month. But as you can see, it's taken a lot of break evens and small winners, small losses during these sideways periods. But this is the kind of thing, as I say, you cannot replicate as a manual retail trader. You need a system to actually do this for you. And because this is the 1 hour time frame, it's commissions and spreads you don't need to worry about because it's the 1 hour time frame. I mean, it might be a little bit less of a profit, maybe 500 to 1,000 less. But I personally run my EAs on brokers that don't use commissions. I just would use brokers, that use tight spreads on gold, such as Vantage Markets or Black Bull Markets. Their spreads are really thin on gold as it is. But as you can see here, initial deposit of 500. It's taken it up to total net profits 14,000 something, nearly 15,000. Gross profit 18,000, gross loss 3,000. Recovery factor, so it's got a really awesome recovery factor. Profit factor of 5.6. Short trades 67%, long trades 58%. So you can see it doesn't have a 100% win rate. It's only got about a 65% win rate overall, but look at the money it makes. Now, as I say again, you simply cannot do this mentally or emotionally as a retail trader. You cannot replicate these results, the trailing stop, the functionality of the EA, how it works as a manual trader. It's literally impossible. That's why I'm so interested in building EAs and getting systems like this that work and that perform in the markets. So as you can see here, these are all the stats over here. Now, if you're interested in, looking at getting one of these EAs from me, flick me a message on Telegram and I can start chatting to you and see what your goals are and, what you want to achieve in your trading, give you realistic expectations, teach you how to use the EAs properly, how to optimize them properly, because these settings, I'll just show you the inputs here of the EA. It's got a SuperTrend signal. It's got a 200 EMA trend filter. It's got an ADX trend filter. It's got a stop loss. Either you can use an ATR-based stop loss or a fixed stop loss. It's got a take profit, which I don't use because I use a trailing stop, but you can also have an overall stop set where all the trades will close off at that take profit. It's got a volatility filter. As you can see, it's not being used in this case. These are all additional things that I've added in just to see if it'll increase the performance of the EA. Sometimes these things will, sometimes it won't. Sometimes you just have to run it on basic settings. As you can see, it uses pyramiding and basketing, and it adds positions. It trails all the positions all together. So it's got an initial position in this backtest of 0.03, really small initial position. Next one is 0.02, 0.01, and the lot sizes go down because that allows the EA to put all the stops at break even as each position is triggered. Now these are all adjustable settings that you can optimize and change, and I can teach you how to optimize, as I said, in forward test, back test. It's got a visual display, which I wasn't showing on the back test because it slows the back test down. So this is something that'll come in the corner of the screen, which shows you all of these things. That has hotkeys as well, so you can have the info panel on and off. The info panel basically just tells you the positions that are running. It shows you the strength of the ATR, the ADX, and all of that kind of stuff. It's got a magic number. It's got a max slippage points. It's got detailed journal prints. It's got all these things. So if it won't take trades if gold is, for example, if news is coming out and there's slippage in the market. So if the spreads widen and all that, you can lower this to say like 3 or 4 on gold, so that it won't take any trades during volatile periods. So it's got a lot of safety features built in. But yeah, it's just interesting to, I'm really excited to be building systems like this. And as I said, these EAs cater for smallish accounts from $500, even $250 upwards. Because remember, you can always lower the settings simply by lowering the lot size. You can even turn these off, these add-ons if you really want to. But the add-on here, you could change this to a 0.01. You see here, you can enable or disable pyramid add-ons. So you could have 0.01, 0.01, 0.01 if you've got a really small account. Or you can bump that up, if you've got starting off with 5K, you can even bump that up. So this would have taken, if you had 5K, that literally it would have taken this to over that amount to over 100K within that period. So as I say, guys, if you are interested in learning how to use EAs, and if you want this one, if you want my liquidity sweep one, and if you want to, I'll even future EAs that I build, I'll even throw those in for you as well. All the potential customers that I do get. So yeah, guys, hope to work with you, and catch you in the next video. Take care.